Right, Wagwan to the real ones. So, what I'm gonna talk about in this video is my own personal experience with vampires in human form. Now, there's there's fallen angels that are here in human form. There are upper angels in human form here. There are gods here in human form. There are goddesses here in human form. Um, there are clones. There are skinwalkers. Like there's there's all kinds of different beings here in human flesh, masquerading in human flesh. Skinwalkers as well, also in human form, right? But in this one, as I said, talk about my personal experience with a vampire. Now, who I'm gonna talk about is my my ex, the the last gal that I was dealing with for a period of time. Yeah. I say ex a period of time because we were kind of in a relationship, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get it because my spirit told me from the start, don't trust this gal, don't trust her, don't trust her. My spirit was saying, don't trust her, but anyway, I got sucked in, and this is what I'm gonna let you know about it. So back when my eyes was closed to everything that was going on and people trying to kill me and destiny swap and magic and people sending people to kill me and poison me and all of this thing, yeah, and all the people trying to get my energy and all of this rubbish. Before I knew all of this, I was dealing with this gal. Now, I'm not gonna go into like everything, you get me, but I'm just gonna go into what pertains to this subject. You know what I'm saying? So, this gal here, yeah, she had vampire fangs, like they're like fangs, the canine, like like she had actual like fangs, and her two front teeth were a bit further up. Yeah, obviously at the time, I never really took it as a vampire thing. She sucked her thumb a lot, so I thought that like it looks like she got fangs because the two front teeth are further up because she's probably been sucking her thumb from a child, so her two front teeth didn't have the opportunity to grow at the grow um to the normal level that it would. So at the time, I didn't really take it like that. But that was the first sign. Second sign, she loved anything to do with vampires. Particularly, her favorite show was Buffy. Yeah, like she loved it. She loved it, loved it. Yeah. But again, at the time, I'm not putting these things together. My eyes are closed to what's going on at this point. I'm not putting things together. Cool. Yeah. Then the third thing, because no, third thing, she worked at a school with kids, but these weren't just kids. They were kids that needed assistance. You know, they were special needs. They needed help. Yeah. Again, at the time, I'm thinking, oh, like that is like sweet and proper. Like working with the kids that need the most help. Big up. And she was saying how she would even like help help one of them after school, with private lessons and that. I'm like, what? So like, like proper in it, you know, So the last thing before I'm gonna break it down, the last thing, she looks very young for her age. She was 35 or 36. She could have passed for early 20s. Literally, she could have passed for early 20s. Now, how I come to this with everything that's happened after. So I've come to find out and realize that she was sent by these Freemason ass losers to kill me and to poison me. Yeah? That's what she was sent towards me. Because I first dealt with this gal a few years ago. Just on a not on a serious thing. And it didn't end well, you know. She wasn't the most stable person. I wasn't as well. But in comparison, I was a lot more stable, even though I was going through depression and suicide and all of that. She was a lot more scattered, you know, and it didn't end well and just left it at that. Anyway, comes to a few years after that, not last year, the year before, the late, like November 2023, you know, messages me from now. How I got sucked in. To be honest, I didn't really care about the girl at all because of how it ended before. I didn't want nothing to do with her. But because I had a trial and I thought I was gonna get locked up and I didn't, I was out. Like I didn't get locked up for what happened. Um, at where I was at the time, I was horny in it. So I'm like, you know what? Like I'm out. Like let me get me. There was no other women or you know me that man was dealing with, gal that I was dealing with. I say woman, gal, woman, but I don't know why I feel the need to explain that. You get me? Like when I say gal, I don't mean you get me. You know, you get me. But I didn't have any gal around me at the time. But she messaged me. Yeah, so I'm like, man, I got no one else. That F it, let me just go and just link her one time and just you get me get out and then cut. And then message link boom and man got sucked into a relationship that the whole time, as I said earlier in this video, the whole time my instinct, my spirit was telling me, don't trust this gal. Something was telling me something's off the whole time. Something telling me something's off with this gal. Don't trust her. Don't trust her. Don't trust her. Yeah, me, I'm not listening, and I'm not gonna make an excuse for this. I'm not gonna leave. I don't. I'm not using no crutch. I don't do that in it. You know. But there's a strong possibility that some 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 love spell, some love magic thing was going on to make me wanna still be attached to her, even though my spirit was telling me, don't trust this gal, cut her off, go in it. So throughout the whole time I'm dealing with her, which is probably about 8 to 9 months, I've got that conflict between no, but I feel like but my spirit saying, cut, bro, cut. And I'm seeing these signs, and I'm seeing other signs which I didn't realize at the time, where when I would be around her, my energy would drop. Now this is a sign of an energy vampire. When you're around them, your energy just drops. It drops like no energy whatsoever. And I'm someone that normally has a lot of energy, is very vibrant. You know, when I was around her and we were smoking a lot of weed as well, but I've smoked weed and I've still been vibrant. But like I was smoking weed, and you get me, like I was just no energy. And on top of that, there were a few times where when I was around her, I would feel, and I mentioned this in the previous in one of my videos, where I felt depressed. But because I've been dealing with depression since 2018, yeah, I've I've come to know and learn when my depression is kicking in, the triggers, how I feel, and the like I feel I can tell when it's starting to when the snowball of depression is picking up pace. And with these instances that I'm talking about, when I was around her, it felt weird. It didn't feel like I was becoming depressed. It felt like there was a force. It felt like there was like an outside force that was trying to make me depressed. Like it's like it felt mad. Like it felt like an outside, literally like an outside force was trying to like depress, And there was one time, yeah, where this happened and we were in bed and I said to myself, I wanna die, I wanna die, I wanna die, I'm done, I wanna die, I wanna die, and that, yeah. I said that bare times to myself, I wanna die, I wanna die, I'm done, I wanna die, I wanna die. She was right next to me. Again, these are all things that I've realized once my eyes have opened and in hindsight I've reflected. She was there in the bed next to me and just looking at me. Just looking at me. Just looking at me. And I'm there saying, I wanna die, 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 I wanna all that. And she's looking at me in the bed. Just looking at me. Literally, just I remember seeing her in the corner of my eye. I remember just and you think, wait a minute, like she's your partner, she cares about you and that. That's off. What, like she ain't saying nah, babe. She ain't saying stop. Like she ain't trying to give you a hug or nothing like that. No, just straight up just looking at me the whole time. She was mentally projecting thoughts, suicide thoughts, and depressional thoughts onto me. As well as that, I found out again in hindsight that she's got a entity attachment, a dark, for lack of a better word, demonic attachment. Because I said before, I believe that not all demons are with the loser squad, but just for you get me, she had a dark demonic attachment. That's what I'm saying. Dark demonic attachment, yeah. And because she had trouble sleeping at night, like she couldn't sleep, like she had so much trouble sleeping, and she would also say that what she also say? I forgot. But anyway, I'm trying my best to stay on point. But these are the traits of an energy vampire. Yeah. Arana drained. When I leave, my energy's back. I'm vibrant again. And I even remember there was one time when I went to somewhere, my energy was back, I was vibrant. I went back to see her later on that night with the vibrant energy, and she said to me, "Oh, like she basically no, I'm paraphrasing where she basically said like, like you've come back with you know fresh energy, like like you're very energetic, you've got energy." She said that because she's like, yes, he's come back with all this energy. I'm gonna suck it out of him. I'm gonna siphon all of this out of him. Yeah. Now with the kids, this is where I'm talking about sick, evil individual. Yeah. Using kids, but not only kids that are special needs. So that way, the kids won't be able to vocalize how they may feel because they may have felt the way I felt when I felt that like depression feeling, but it felt like it was being forced onto me. It didn't feel like it was coming from inside me and built up inside me. It felt like it was coming from outside, and depression, suicide, think bad thoughts, negative thoughts. You hate yourself, kill yourself. Figure like I I I don't know obviously if the kids felt that, but if they did, because they needed a lot of assistance, they would have been able to vocalize that to either the teachers or the parents, you know, that for some reason, like I feel weird, So this is what I'm talking about with these coward ass tactics. Yeah. Now this is also something that I learned in reflection. Even though I was on the money the first time I said this, I was like, yeah, but no. But upon reflection, this is something else that I've noticed. Now, we've got 5 separate parts of ourselves where we're able to absorb energy and give energy. They are our hands, our feet, and our lips. Now, there may be more, but that's just what I know as of right now. Your lips, your hands, your feet. That's why it's good to go ground in nature. You put your bare feet on the grass, you know. So with me saying that, towards the end when like I was cutting her off, and the last time that I went to see her, I feel like or like one of the last times. Um Met up, yeah, and things went down. But this is what stood out to me. She, after whatever went down on that year, and we parted ways that that night. About an hour later, she sent me a picture saying that her lip got bruised. Now, through the kissing and that's all that happened. Like, and I did bite her lip. I didn't suck her lip. I didn't do anything. It was just kissing. That's all that happened there. Just kissing, yeah. But what I realized is what happened. The reason why she got that bruise is because she's at such a low vibration. In comparison to her, I was at such a high vibration because, as well as that, I think by that point I had retained my seed. I was doing my semen retention, and at that point, when I went to see, I think I was doing it for about 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, so the vibration was higher than it normally would have been if I had just been releasing the seed. Yeah, so because of that, because of my natural energy is very vibrant, and because at the time I didn't know what I know, my eyes being closed, and with the natural passion that I have, as I said, just like your hands and your feet, your lips, you give energy and you receive energy. So what was happening? Because I was giving so much passion, so and my vibration was so high and kissing, she ended up with a bruise. A bruise. The difference in vibration can literally cause bruises. It can cause damage to the other person. Now, this sort of ties into another thing that I'm gonna talk about. I might, because I'm doing this on some improv thing. I'm trying to think about things while I'm talking. You know, what I do is, but I just feel most natural just doing it like this. You see me? But I forgot. It went. It went. It went. It went. It went. It went. Crap. It went. But anyway, the premise of the video anyway. The premise of the video. Energy vampires. Energy vampire. Oh, aside from her, as I mentioned, energy vampires, they they don't have a natural source themselves, or if they do, it's low, and because they are cowardly and they're cold and they betray people and they're fake and they're not filled with much love or any love that I mean they don't embody much love or any love, and they may be filled with envy and jealousy. Their vibration is low, so they can't sustain themselves. Another thing about energy vampires, they need to be around people. This was another thing about this gal. She hated being alone. She needed to be around people. She needed to. And I've realized as well in hindsight that she was actually cheating. She was sleeping around the whole time because there were multiple times where different guys would call her phone. But she would say to me, oh, that these are just guys from before me that just won't leave her alone and all of this, which at the time I thought, all right, cool. Again, everything that I've realized and found out, I find out, no, she was linking other people, you know, and that's what these energy vampires do. They can't be alone, you know, they can't like be by themselves for a period of time. Because as I said, they can't, they don't have the energy within them, so they starve. So they need to be around people. They need to be having sex with multiple people. They need to be doing all sorts of energy exchanges with people. But the thing with these beings, it's not really an energy exchange because they aren't giving you anything. You're giving them what you're giving them, but they're not giving you anything back. You may think they are, but they're not. And if anything that they are giving you back is negative, it's of a low vibration. If you're at a high vibration and you're giving that low vibration person energy, you're giving them high vibrational, but all they're giving you is low. You get me? But again, like I said, just work on to the real ones. Just work on your vibration. Work on raising your vibration, because these losers will stay at the low vibration. Why? Because they will find the work that it takes to actually raise your vibration to be too much work. Because raising your vibration, it requires shadow work. It requires healing from traumas, healing from pain. It involves embodying love. The more love that you embody, the higher your vibration is. Love is the most powerful, highest vibration in all of existence. Creation is made from love. Literally, creation is made from love. You can't evil cannot create. It can't create. Only love and genuine, compassionate, real, true love can actually create, you know? So, I lost where I was going, but, I lost where I was going. Oh yeah, I wonder if they're trying to, yeah, trying, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, this is all over the place, but hey, real ones, take whatever you can take from this, and whatever you can't take, just drop it something and leave it. You see me? But a couple other examples of energy vampires in my personal life is my so-called sisters, which are not my real family. They're anyway, I'm not gonna get into that, but my so-called sisters, because they look young. And when I say sisters, I mean the two sisters that I was around. Because in the family, which I thought was my real family, and we're not real family. They're not my real family at all. But the two sisters that I was around in my life and were close with in my life, had contact with in my life, they look very young for their age. Very young. They looked very young. I don't know how they look now. But they look very young for their age. Even even the woman that raised me, even the woman that raised me, mum, she looked very young for her age. My eldest sister, she was last time I saw, which was a couple years ago. She was she might have been 50. She was like either 49, 50 in that range. 49, 50, yeah. I'm not exaggerating. She could have passed for late 20s, early 30s. She could have. She could have. Literally. Late 20s, early 30s. She could have passed. She looked mad young. Yeah. The other sister, which was 10 years younger than her, who would have been like 40, she could have passed. In fact, no. The older sister, the one that was 49, 50, she could have passed for mid 20s. Like you may have been like 25, really, but it would have like you would have believed it. You might have been like, oh, like maybe a hard life 25, maybe, but 25, you know, it's not that unbelievable. You see me? Yeah. So she actually looked younger than the sister that's younger than her. But even her, the one that was 40, she could have passed for late 20s, early 30s. But I could tell and I know she is at the 40-year-old one is at a much lower vibration than the 50-year-old one. You know, just through me knowing her through life and how she's been and treated me and everything I've come to realize and everything. So it makes sense that she wouldn't look as young. But and then my mum, before she got sick, just before she got sick, she looked really young. She was like 60s. She could have passed for 40s. So I even from young, I was like, like the family looks so young for their ages. Rah. I'm not realizing. Again, my eyes open now. I realized they've been siphoning off of my energy. But not only that, because my eyes were closed and I loved them, I myself was giving them my energy. So my energy through me loving them and wanting the best for them created that energetic connection to where they could just take, and that kept them young. It's mad, like it's mad, it's all mad, yeah. But hey, if you know that this stuff goes down, yeah. It's mad. So it's a bit of a long one, but hey, this is just my personal experience. This isn't me talking about stuff that I've researched and all of this stuff. No, it's stuff that I know, I experience with actual people within my life. Yeah. So ultimately, as I said, to the real ones, yeah, you got nothing to worry about. As long as you raise your vibration, yeah, keep your vibration high, yeah, and ultimately raise your vibration to such a point where these losers don't even want to touch you because you'll burn them like the sun. Your energy will burn them. And I know, as I said, she got a bruise on her lip just from kissing. The energy that I had, it was too much for her body to handle. She couldn't handle the amount of energy that I was giving her through the kissing, she couldn't handle it. Yeah, and that's just, and my vibration now is a lot higher than it was then. You know, so again, like, just raise the vibration, raise the vibration. You have to worry about these losers. These losers are gonna stay losers, and they're losers because they're at a low vibration. And for them to even start to become a winner, start to become a being of actual worth and value, they can't take no shortcuts, and they actually have to put in the work to actually raise their vibration out of loser mode. You get me? Which a lot of them won't do because because they're weak, and they're on this shortcut thing, and they're on just taking it from other people or trying to. And yeah, boy, burnt by the sun. Icarus, is it Icarus? Icarus, the guy who flew too close to the sun and got burnt up. I don't know if you heard that. That was confirmation right there. That was confirmation. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. As I said, video's a bit all over the place, but I know the main things that I said. The main things I wanted to say, I said it. To the real ones, to the ones who aren't with the loser squad, fighting the good fight, not giving up, keep going. I love you. Top tier vibes, top tier energy. You're not alone. We're in this together. You might feel like you're alone, but you're not alone. And aside from other people like me that are with you, you've you've got beings in spirit that are also with you, real ones. So keep fighting the good fight. Don't let these dirty stinking losers trick you out your position or get you into a state of fear. Because that's all they can do. Try to get you into a state of fear. If you don't fear them can't do you nothing. Yeah? And just overstand just how pathetic that these beings are. Yeah? There was a they're trying to tap my throat. Oh, they're trying to tap my throat. Hey, yo, thank you for the confirmation. Yeah. For those of you that don't know, if like you're talking and that, it's a bit like what I'm doing, where I'm actually exposing people, exposing losers, and my brain's going foggy, and like I'm starting to cough. It's forces. It's the loser forces that are trying to throw me off. But again, like I said in a previous video, they don't realize that by them doing these things to me and me realizing it, I'm like, it means I'm talking truth. It means I'm onto something. Because if I wasn't onto something, they wouldn't be attacking me. They would just leave it to it. If I was not on nothing, if I was not on it, they would not they would not be trying to attack me. They would be like, yep, you have clear thinking, you have clear, concise speaking, and you go talk that rubbish bullshit talk. Talk it, man, talk it. But because I'm talking the truth, they get me, they're trying to throw me off. Yeah? So this is how you flip it round. Yeah, you use attacks to your benefit to gain wisdom. And then I use the said wisdom as I'm doing right now. I'm using the wisdom that I'm gaining from what's going on with me. I'm sharing it with the people there, using it against them. They're probably like, fuck, he keeps turning it around and he keeps twisting. Yeah, but don't twist it round, man. That's what I do, man. That's what I do. It's my business. My business. You know what I'm saying? I'm a bit too cackady. I'm done. But yeah, real ones, keep fighting a good fight, and I love you. And yeah, man, just raise your vibration. That's all you need to worry about. That's all you need to think about. Raising your vibration. You keep your vibration high. Any sort of spells and that, like, it's nothing. Like, they're doing these things to me, but it's actually helping me because it's giving me, as I said, able to spread it with you lot. But can they actually kill me? No. Can they actually send me a death spell that will penetrate my aura? No. Can they actually send me a mental spell that will actually like mess up my mind? No, they can't. They can't. This is just surface level things. That's it. That's the most that their their magical abilities and whatever amounts to. Just a speck and just enough so I can learn from it and help spread it to the people then. So anyway, I'm done. Peace.